Okay, folks, so the party of science is at it again. And who would that be? The LGBTQ SRP dash hyphen parentheses party. They are at it again, just spewing out the science left and right. I mean, you just can't deny it. So here we are. Yes, as I said, Party of Science LGBTQ activist gets community note treatment for post on a quote unquote biologically trans animals. Okay, let's get into this, folks. So on Twitchy, they're saying this writer remembers how the left insisted if we just got rid of religion, the new atheism, and replaced it with science, we'd have a bright, clean, happy, logical world free of superstition and silly beliefs. Yes, and look where we are now. We are more logical and progressive and objective than we've ever been, ever. And that is anything but true, actually. Now religious membership and participation is down, and instead of that enlightened future, we have, and as I know myself, a gigantic vacuum where we have 57 genders, men can have babies, and science is a religion, and that name is called scientism, with a God that can never be appeased. Karl Marx, right? But even in the midst of all that insanity, sometimes it's still pretty funny to look at the lengths the left will go to in order. I know it's a perpetual engine of entertainment, the left is. The left will go to great lengths in order to make a point, even when they look far more ridiculous than any religious person ever would. That's right. That's why there are no more comedy writers. You don't need to write it. Just look at the news. Boom. Your stand-up set for the night is written. Meet Peter Tatchell, unquote LGBTI plus activist who thinks there are biologically trans animals and that this is somehow proves trans people are real. So he says here, 18 animals you didn't know were biologically trans. Gender diversity in the tranimal kingdom blurs the lines of biological sex. That's funny. These animals show that gender is not a simplistic binary, male and female. Trans and intersex are real. Get used to it. That's what they always say, huh? The victims become the bullies. As I've said, the victims become the bullies. Get used to it, man. What are we going to do? We're going to do something. We're going to have a transgender day of violence. Okay, right? Right? And so readers added context. Nothing in this linked article is applicable to human beings or the concept of trans in humans. And that's on PubMed's site. We didn't know they were biologically trans because that's not a thing. So he did such a bang-up job that his post has not one, not two, but three visible community notes. Let's see. Another community note was self-ID, a key tenet of trans right activism, dictates that being trans isn't conditional upon any particular medical diagnosis. Peter is wrong to suggest that being trans is a biological condition. Well, yeah. Well, dude tried to argue biological basis for trans identity and still got dragged again. Nothing in the linked article is applicable to human beings, as I read. Some animals eat their young or their own excrement. This is actually true. If you have a dog, you will see your dog probably try this a couple of times. And just because it's biological doesn't mean it applies to humans. Let's see. Tatchell in the article conflate biological sex and gender identity. None of the examples presented in the article demonstrate that sex is not binary. Humans cannot change sex, and it is misleading and potentially harmful to use non-human animals to suggest otherwise. That's from a Wall Street Journal article. Okay. What a thing of beauty. Watson says, I'm embarrassed for you, Peter. Pray tell, where are the animal gender clinics? How often do they inject cross-sex hormones? When does the female hyena get a double mastectomy? Well, I don't know. There's been a lot this year, right? Right? Please. No, there haven't been. When do seahorses start pumping their young with puberty blockers? All the time. Hello. It's embarrassing. Colin Wright says, this is absolute pseudoscience, Peter. None of these animals challenge the binary nature of sex. Stop spreading scientific misinformation. But that's their job at the behest of the medical industry, is to spread misinformation. Remember that. It's not necessarily, yes, to prevent what they consider disinformation, which is mostly reality. They also are in the business of spreading scientific misinformation themselves. Okay? It is pseudoscience, the left's new religious doctrine. Yep, sectarianism has really paid off, and this is where we are. Yep, men are breastfeeding, men can have babies, of course. Paula Scanlon says, in case you needed a reminder, the animal kingdom is not proof of transgenderism. You are the master of straw men. And let's see what Paula says here, because I think Paula's making some decent points. She says that, let's see. First, you falsely state that species without uteri can be pregnant. Now you cite species that leverage functional hermaphrodites, to imply that there are analogous processes within humans. Human gonads, or balls, don't change from male to female with systemic therapy, surgery, or up to regulation of genes. I'll be here tomorrow when you try and bring in sponges and other species that reproduce asexually to show that the gender binary doesn't exist in humans. Thank you for helping me understand why the left wants to control the education system. The more inane theories we push into our curriculum, the less equipped we are to combat this idiocy and delusional takes. And of course, Ed Krasenstein, gadzooks, pipes in, some males can be from females, and when they do, they're scientifically female. That's a fact. You can debate it all you want, but you are wrong if you disagree. Well, thank you for telling me what to think, okay? Make sure, leftists will always make sure to tell you what to think, but they are very reluctant on how to teach how to think, and how critical theory is not part of their framework. Exactly. This is not proof of transgenderism. Emmett says, can you tell me how the female spotted hyena is trans? No, he cannot. Just to be clear here, you're claiming that human males who claim to be women actually are women because banana slugs are hermaphrodites. Yep, we're there. We're at banana slugs right now, okay? And I guess you could be banana slug non-binary. That could be the 58th gender. Not sure. That's his argument. He's serious, folks. Ultra gay biker dad says, I love community notes. None of these animals need medical intervention to change their sex. No, they don't. Humans are not among any of those species, and even with medical intervention, will always be the sex they're born. I definitely see a clownfish here. The clownfish is called Peter. 18 birds that prove humans can fly. The best part is that his single example of a mammal is biologically female with untraditional looking genitals. Yeah, okay. That's his evidence, egads. Translogic, posting a list of animals that can change sex that excludes humans as proof that humans can change sex. But it's the party of science, my friends. It's the party of science. Remember that. And the key word is party. Okay, it's mostly a party, and that's about as much credentialism as it has. It's just basically a party. It's a gathering and a cabal of hive mind, people who like to parrot this narrative and say it's a lived experience. That's fine. If it is your lived reality, that's fine. It's still not reality. It's still delusional. Okay, and so we'll go ahead and make fun of that, but we're not going to participate in your delusion. Okay, so continue on, soldier. So Peter again says, oh, here we go, Peter. Female pheasants can change sex characteristics. Okie dokie. Female pheasants can change sex characteristics and become a quote-unquote drag kings, says Museum. When female pheasants stop laying eggs, their brown feathers turn into the brightly colored feathering typical of males. They don't change sex, but change gender attributes. Well, oh wow, he's still going. Yes, and they will. This continues. That's why it's not really a game of convincing or anything like that, although it's easy to debunk. They'll just continue on this rant. And so hopefully you find your little group of hive-minded, liked individuals. And I guess you can continue on this nonsense. And banana slugs are non-binary. I'm just letting you know. And so there's your proof of whatever. So that's it. And if you have any comments, please let me know. And please subscribe, put a like on the video if you like it. And thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And if you wake up tomorrow and suddenly your gonads are gone or whatever, just know that you probably got a little bit of banana slug in you or sea cucumber. So anyway, thanks for watching, folks, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.